All the best, everyone.
Thank you.
This is Group 1, and we are going to represent the slides for the Uber protest, which we talked in our previous assignment. So, in this Group 1, myself, Navjot Singh, and some of my friends who are going to discuss some other slide. So, I will start my slide by the introduction. So the first part, the thing was Uber driver protest. It was held on 14th of February in 2024, and it was being held on in front of Vancouver International Airport. Uh, and we are going to connect the theory of mass media society in this. So, what were the major issues faced by the drivers because they have to do a protest in front of YVR airport? The first and most significant thing was minimum wages. They were not getting that much wages. And that was not enough for them to pay their bills and rent, and even moreover they were not there were no any benefits, and they were not able to do their overtime. For example, uh, even they as no benefits, they were not getting paid leaves, sick leaves, and they were getting exploited by many of others. So people were taking benefits of them. And if I talk about the call for rights, the first thing was they wanted was job security. If anything happens to them while doing their job, they wanted a proper job security, every coverage, like improve working condition, uh, so they don't have to face any kind of trouble, because they said already facing a lot of problem, like they have to focus every time in to see the road, and it's a very stressful job, they said. And they want a fair compensation. They demanded for their demands for a fair compensation so they can pay their bills and another things, because when they get their money, the app took some amount of money for as a revenue for their app. So they said it's already not enough and they are taking advantage of it. So that's why they wanted a worker rights. And another thing was paid sick leaves, which also included in benefits, so they also wanted some benefits. And here I would like to talk about some drivers demand justice. Even you can see uh, these kind of articles, and we can see where everyone, I think, help to them to get to do sport in favor of the drivers. So first thing was public involvement. Public get involved when they come to know about, how they come to know about it, through the social media. You can see the first picture. It becomes viral, the matter goes so much viral, so everyone public get involved and started supporting them. Even some of a news channel and some of famous articles starting to support them. You can see this Vancouver Sun and Forbes. So these were the supports which Uber driver gets, f- which Uber driver gets through social media. So next slide will be tell by my friend. You-
Hello, so I'm Smriti. I'm gonna talk about methodology of how the study of our media experiment was done. So, in this experiment, we explored how media influenced public perception of the Uber protest using mass society theory to understand the role of mass media in shaping opinion. So we measured how participants trusted official media like BBC News compared to social media. This helped us determine if people trust traditional media sources more or they rely on the news popped up on social media about the protest. So we asked participants whether they believed media was controlled by powerful elites or whether it served a hidden agenda. Mass society theory suggests that media promote the interest of powerful group rather than offering unbiased reporting. So we investigate whether participants will believe negative portrayal of Uber driver that are presented in the media, or we measure if they thought such portrayal were part of black propaganda, were made propaganda. So for the collection of the data, we used a survey method to collect the data for the media experiment. The survey was distributed both in person and online to around 20 and more people. So which were from our friends to our colleague network. So the question were focused on understanding participants' opinions about the Uber protest, the media coverage, and their trust in their fairness of news report. We asked questions like what kind of media consumption are what are the media are their habits of consumption, what are their views on protest, or do they what do you think about the media manipulation, whether they felt Uber driver issue were fairly represented or misrepresented. So for the experimental process, in the experiment we used survey method to understand public perception of Uber Eats protest. So the survey was conducted with around 20 to more people. The primary goal was to explore the media habits, awareness of the Uber protest, and their trust in different news media. The survey began by asking participants about their general assumption, their general consumption and source and awareness about the ongoing Uber protest, focusing on their preferred news sources and how they trust, how much trust they believe in them. So participants were asked to compare reality of official media channels like BBC News and social media for news coverage. This helped us access which source they trust more and the reason behind their preference. We also explored their perception of local versus global media coverage, asking them whether they believed one type of coverage were more biased or accurate than the other. This survey also focused on participant expectation for how the news should be covered. We asked whether they believed news report provide a fair and comprehensive view of protest, or do they think that something was still lacking in the coverage. Additionally, we also introduced the concept of agenda setting to the participants, asking do they think that the news being covered in the media was part of big elites trying to manipulate the situation, or is it a fair, unbiased media coverage? Thank you very much. So from here, my friend Ruben will take the board. Ruben will take. Before that, I would like to show some. Can you change the screen, please? Before this, I would like to show some of the the evidence we gather while doing the survey. So here are some pictures. So Ruben, from here, Ruben will take the lead, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Ruben. My slide is data analysis in which there are graphs covered which we have to evaluate media effects through trends and group comparisons. In this, it is like covered how many trips the Uber drivers have done on by day and month. So in this one, we have to examine media impact on Uber protest opinions. So this is like protest specific effects, means the platform impacts each protest differently depending on the protest message and context. So in this, it has shown the overall application that they take so much taxes out of that from the drivers, and we media has to talk about this. Can you show the in this one, we have to talk about neutral and protest media affect opinion changes. So in this one, it is like shown distribution of drivers by ratio. Like in today's time, Uber drivers are on a very big risk of being deactivated from the account. So this one needs to change. So I have shown the picture of the graph. So if you come at 4.5 to 4.6, you are in a very big risk of being deactivated. So this is data analysis method. So this is the same as I talked about previous one. So in this one, we have to like talk about our opinion trends and media influence correlation, which is analyzed. This is the last one, and this is finding visualization. We have to like show graphs and show some protest opinion shifts and media trends, so that we can know about the Uber protest, and we can like show media that about them so that they can get justice and their pay can increase, and the percentage of account that are deactivated nowadays should be also be less. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Trishta and I will be discussing about the findings that we received from our experiment. So our finding shows how media can influence society, as we have explained in mass society theory, in which it suggests that powerful groups like corporations or people on the top tier can control media and shape public opinions. However, this experiment shows that media, especially social media, can be a tool for ordinary people to share their stories and fight for the change. For example, Uber drivers use social media to show their side of story during the protest. This created a new perspective that challenged what mainstream media might have portrayed. While mass society theory says media mostly benefits big corporations, our results suggest it can also help people stand up to them. This experiment shows that media can support social justice when we use to fight for workers' right and expose unfair practices. It highlights the importance of social media in amplifying the voices of people like Uber drivers, who may not have other ways to be heard. As this gig economy grows, more workers could use social media to demand better wages and working conditions, which could lead to bigger movements and even policy change to improve worker rights. For businesses, our findings show that media can strongly influence how the public views them. Companies need to understand that protest and social media campaigns can change opinions about labor practices and ethics. Ignoring these concerns might harm their reputation. For activists, this experiment shows the power of social media in spreading messages and building support. It's no longer just about getting traditional media coverage, it's also about social media uh, giving everyone a chance to share their story and shaping public opinion. Businesses must address public concerns honestly and responsibility to avoid losing the trust. Next slide. And then I would just like to mention that uh, it can benefit big corporations, but it can also empower individuals to fight for fairness. Whether you are workers seeking for rights or an activist advocating for change, using media wisely, we can make a big difference. This is not just about the Uber protest; it's how anyone can be amplified in today's digital world. Also, the graphs that I have used in the experiment, it shows that after people uh, checking news about over protest on social media, their information about Uber protest has been increased. So we can see how this theory or our experiment uh, has helped us to get information about how much people do know about this Uber protest. Thank you.
Hello everyone. So today I am going to touch on implication and applications and conclusion. So the Uber driver strikes at Vancouver International Airport shows how mass media, as explained by mass society theory, can bring people together for a collective action and collective work. Even though the gig workers are spread out, mass media act as a central communication tool to share their concerns and mobilize support. News outlets and social media play a key role in spreading information about the strike and raising awareness and pressuring companies to address the diverse complaints about their wage rate and etc. The example shows how the media coverage can unite the diverse, highlighting the economic injustice and in the gig work and build solidarity. It also reflects the mass society theory idea that media coverage can create and share ideas and inspire collective actions. The strike highlights the dual role of media. It can serve both as a tool for corporate control and as a means of resistance. Examining this event through the lens of mass society, it helps us to understand how public opinion is formed and how marginalized group can challenge the dominant narratives. This observation is crucial for understanding how media influence not only not only influence its audience but also the way societies are organized. Navjot, can change the slides, last
Yeah.
slide. Thank you. So, in conclusion, the Uber driver strike at Vancouver International Airport illustrates how mass media plays the important role in shaping the public's opinion or fostering the uh, collective goal of the minor groups. I mean the marginalized groups. So by amplifying their losses or their griefs, it creates some shared narratives. Media serve both as a tool of resistance for the marginal groups and the mechanism for the control of dominant forces. Through the lens of mass society theory, the event underscores the media's influence on societal organizations, highlighting its dual power in labor disputes and uh, broader Greek economy. Thank you. So here are the references, and I would like to finish our presentation with the interesting quote. In a society where technology connects us all, the voice of the marginalized, amplified through the media, remind us that justice is not just a destination but a journey fueled by collective action. Komsky, who is a media activist. Thank you.
Thank you.